Welcome in, guys. It is time for B-Main Bandits Racing once again here at Iowa Speedway. We are currently in qualifying at the .89 mile Iowa. Great track, one of my favorites on the service. For week 4 in the second asphalt sprint car race of the season. See who we do have out on track here. It's like Ryan Pendleton, who is currently at the top of the charts. Ryan out of Columbus, Ohio, coming around for his second run there. One moment here. Let's go ahead and make sure we are not hearing these guys tonight. So, like I said, guys, week 4, second. Hey, Richie. It is the second asphalt sprint car race of the season for these guys in the Triple Crown Series. Andrew Thornton did win the last one at Bristol. And looks like he's currently going to have a really good starting position, as Andrew Thornton out of Granbury, Texas is currently second on the board. It's like the only person we still have out on track currently is Josh Berkey. So Ryan Pendleton is at the top with Andrew Thornton, Richie Joplin, Ted Lee, and Samuel Reed rounding out the top 5. John O'Brien and Austin Thornton are in 6th and 7th. Byron Gay, Josh Berkey, and Robert Smith rounding out the top 10, with Ryan Paget and Craig Silby bringing up the rear, which is going to be detrimental to the New Zealander tonight, as he does come in with a points lead over Andrew Thornton. Looks like he is currently 32 points ahead of Andrew. So it may be a little bit of a gain for Andrew to catch Craig tonight. Unfortunately, I don't know if any of these guys are going to be able to catch him, even with the asphalt races mixed in. With us going back to Craig's specialty, which is the dirt. The non-wing 360s will be at Knoxville tonight for 30 laps after the asphalt sprint cars. Got about 25 seconds before we do grid for this 40-lap feature. If you haven't ran these asphalt sprint cars, they are definitely a very tough car to handle. Really light, really short wheelbase with a ton of horsepower. Almost too much horsepower for those giant tires out there. These guys are going to have their handful here at Iowa, especially racing side by side. But as they get out on the grid, let's go ahead and see tonight's starting order. So it will start out of Columbus, Ohio. Mr. Ryan Pendleton will be on the pole. To his outside will be Andrew Thornton racing out of Granbury, Texas. In P3 tonight, Richie Joplin. And outside of row 2 will be Mr. Ted Lee. Samuel Reed comes down in the number 5 spot, followed by John O'Brien outside of row number 3 out of Bosque Farms, New Mexico. Younger brother Austin Thornton, racing out of Joplin, Missouri, will be on the inside of row number 4 with Byron Gay out of Spencerville to his outside. Josh Berkey out of Des Moines, Iowa, will be in the number 9 spot with Robert Smith rounding out the top 10. In the back of the pack, we will have Ryan Paget, followed by points leader Craig Silby out of Auckland, New Zealand. So as stated before, guys, these cars are very, very high horsepower. Very hard to really just control them at all. Move Mr. Joseph Smith's logo over here. Speaking of Joseph Smith, he is missing tonight. Unfortunately, do not know where he is. Him and Wonderboy Jackson McLean not in the field. Definitely not what you want to see. Pace car lights are out. We will only have one pace lap here. Coming to the green as Ryan will lead them out of 4 for 40 laps of racing. As they wave off the pace car, looks like they will be going 2 pace laps here. Definitely not what you normally see for these larger NASCAR tracks. Some of the favorites here tonight, of course, Andrew Thornton winning the last Asphalt sprint race, but he was quickly followed by Richie Joplin. They did have a great battle at Bristol. It's going to be interesting to see what those two can pull off tonight on this much bumpier Iowa Speedway. And now as they are 2 by 2 heading into 3 and 4, pace car should pull off here momentarily and we will get green flag racing as Ryan gets on the loud pedal and we are green here at Iowa for the B-Main Bandits Triple Crown Series. He's quickly followed by Richie Joplin, who's able to slide up there in front of Andrew. Andrew, looks like he did touch the wall, able to save it. We did hear in pre-race that these guys were having issues whenever they touched the wall. It was hard to save. As the top 3 get single filed out here, let's go back and look at the field. Samuel Reed sitting there in 4th as Austin Thornton makes a move on Ted Lee down on the low side. You can gain momentum up on the high side here. So the high side is a viable line. As we got this little hornet's nest of drivers here. Most of these guys are dirt guys, so this is a foreign concept being on the tarmac. As they are duking it out for the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, and 9th spots here respectively. Austin going to try his hand at the top side. See if he can gain momentum there. And unfortunately, just going to have to get in right there behind Ted. As you have John O'Brien and Ryan Paget both trying to work the low side. Guys getting squirrely here. But still able to save it and get moving. A little bit of contact with the wall there. It's like Ted Lee will drop back as he tries to catch it. Maybe dropping 3 spots here, possibly 4. If Byron can get around him as well. Great fighting in the back of the pack so far, as the top 4 have just pulled away from these guys. Looking at almost a second lead between Samuel Reed in 4th to Austin Thornton leading this second group here. Ryan Pendleton is in a zip code of his own as he's pulling away from Richie Joplin in 2nd. with Andrew Thornton in tow. Both of those guys will be chasing Ryan most of the night, most likely. Samuel Reed almost 2 seconds back and about to fall into the clutches of that secondary pack if he can't get it going and start chasing down Andrew. Looking back here, this is the fight for 7th between Byron Gay and Ryan Padgett, as these guys are 2x2. As Byron goes to the apron, it's like just trying to save it, and he will relinquish P number 7, with Ted Lee and Robert Smith fighting it out for P number 8. Here in the back, dropping 3 spots, though, you do have Craig Silby working, or Josh Berkey working around Craig Silby. Both of these guys, fierce competitors on the dirt side, not so accustomed to the asphalt. As Craig's fallen almost a second and a half behind Byron here. As he's chasing down Richie Joplin, let's take a ride with league owner Andrew Thornton. A lot of throttle control with these cars. They have so much horsepower and so little downforce because there is no wing. Getting off the throttle pretty early, trying to just keep the car underneath him, as he does get it a little bit loose, getting onto the throttle. Working that midline, trying to cut down a little bit. Searching for any bit of speed, hopefully trying to catch Richie Joplin. These are one of the most difficult cars on iRacing. So it's great to watch these guys have such control over them as they race at this very high speed track. So this is race number 2 of 3 asphalt races for the Triple Crown Series. Next week, there has been talks about it changing, but it looks like we are looking at the Silver Crowns at Homestead for 35 laps. The Silver Crown is a completely different animal, as, we do have a caution now. Looks like Ryan Padgett getting into trouble here. Let's go back and see exactly what happened. Ryan working that high side right there around John O'Brien. Him and John just touch wheels. Shoots Ryan up into the wall. Unfortunate for Ryan. So that will bring us our first caution of the night. Ryan Pendleton still in the lead, followed by Richie Joplin, Andrew Thornton, Samuel Reed, Austin Thornton, Robert Smith, Ted Lee, Byron Gay, Josh Berkey, and Craig Silby. Looks like John O'Brien and Ryan Padgett are down pit road. Possibly taking a fast repair there. So these guys have had an amazing race so far. Getting almost to the halfway point without any issues. Pretty feasible to think that these guys are able to try to run out the rest of this race under green, which will make some very, very interesting outcomes possibly come to play. Because with the high horsepower of these cars, that right rear, it is very hard to save the tire on the right rear. These guys are going to be out of grip by the time 40 laps comes around, and it's going to become a war of attrition. Looks like the pace car will come down to pit road, this time by Ryan Pendleton. Will once again lead them to the green flag as they are back on the loud pedal. Green once again here at Iowa. Andrew Thornton not having the restart he wanted there. Lets Richie Joplin get in underneath him, or in front of him there. As Samuel Reed will stay in the 4th position. Austin Thornton right behind him. But he's got Ted Lee and Byron Gay looking to pounce all over him, as Robert Smith has worked his way up 3 positions to sit in that number 7 spot. Coming around, we will be 20 laps to go. We are halfway currently for this feature at Iowa. Everybody has kind of single filed out here. We will be looking to see if we have any great passing, as Craig Silby does tap the wall there. Looks like he was able to save it, but he will be dropping back to P number 12 at that point. You have Samuel Reed and Austin Thornton both going at it for P number 4. Austin wanting to get his first podium of the season. Could he be able to do it tonight? He would have to get around Samuel and be able to get around his older brother, Andrew, to make it up into those top 3 positions. Looks like, oh, we do have a crash. Ryan Paget once again. Looks like he is caught up in this. Let's go back and take a look here. Try to find a better angle. Right there. Let's see what happens here. Looks like he is battling with Robert Smith there. Oh, just 3 wide between Robert Smith and it looks like John O'Brien. Not much you can do in that position besides don't stick your nose in there in the first place. He is able to keep it going, thankfully, as we are under caution for the 2nd time tonight. It's like Craig Silby did enter the pits after that bump with the wall. Unfortunately, he will be a lap down, so your points leader is currently in the number 12 position at the back of the field. Hopefully, he's hoping to get another caution so that he can try to get a waiver out. It's been a great night of action, and we are not even halfway through the night, guys. After this, we will have the non-wing 360s at Knoxville. Definitely going to be an amazing and fun time for these guys, getting back into their element on the dirt. High horsepower, no downforce whatsoever, non-wing cars. If the asphalt cars are the most difficult on asphalt, the non-wings are the most difficult on dirt. These guys put on a great show every Tuesday night and do an amazing job at showing just how hard or how easy these hard cars can be to tame. Hi, Tika. How's it going tonight? Not quite doubling up just yet. Looks like we will have at least one more pace lap here. If you guys do happen to miss any of the action live, all replays are on the Warlord Gaming YouTube page. You can go back and take a look anytime you want and watch all the great action from the B-Main Bandits as they take to the track every week for their Triple Crown Series. These guys might have made a liar of me as they are starting to double up. The pace lights, or pace car does go off. We will be back green once again. Richie Joplin gets a great restart on Ryan. Can he capitalize? As it looks like Samuel Reed does get around the outside of Andrew Thornton up into that third spot. Can these guys situate it out before we have any more chaos? 14 laps to go, 13 at the line. As Andrew does get up high, forcing Samuel Reed to back out of it a little bit, as younger brother Austin is now side by side with Samuel for the number 5 and 4 position. And we are almost double file the rest of the way back as these guys are fighting, getting more comfortable in these cars. Robert Smith looking to make a charge. As what a save by Ryan Padgett. Let's go see if he's still running. He is. What a save, Ryan. He said enough spinning for me tonight, boys. We are going for it. As the top three throw a blanket over them, they are running almost the same exact lap times currently. As we do have a caution once again. It's like possibly John O'Brien from that incident with Ryan Padgett. Oh, John just loses it out of turn 2, drawing out the caution. Unfortunately, not able to get the car going once again. So iRacing did throw the caution for it. John will go to the pits. And he may be a lap down here. That will work in the benefit of Mr. Craig Silby. Points leader will be gaining one position there, getting that many more points. As second place in the championship running, Andrew Thornton, who is currently sitting third, looking to have a great points day. Before we get into our second race of the night in the non-wings, Craig Silby will get waved around. He will be back on the lead lap. That is not what anyone wants to see. Because once Craig Silby figures these cars out, look out, boys. The New Zealander will be at the front. Anyone who is looking to come out here and run with some of the best non-wing drivers on the service, go check out the B-Main Bandits Racing League. Hop in their Discord. They are a great group of guys. Some of the nicest ones I've ever met on iRacing. They are always looking for new members and more guys to come on out here on Tuesday nights and just have fun competing. We will be getting double filed back up. We will have 7 laps to go at the line. It is Ryan Pendleton, Richie Joplin, and Andrew Thornton, your top 3 that has not changed most of this race. But look who is here, Mr. Austin Thornton, younger brother of Andrew, sitting up there in fourth with Robert Smith. Rounding out the top 5, Samuel Reed, Ted Lee, Josh Berkey, Ryan Paget, Byron Gay, and Craig Silby. All here as we are about to go green. Let's take a ride. Oh, who do we want to ride with? Let's ride with second place, Mr. Richie Joplin, for this restart. Oh, gets a little too hard on the gas. That will let Ryan Pendleton jump out there as we are back under caution once again. Showing Craig Silby the first one to wreck here. So these guys do fire off. Craig trying to gain some spots. Oh, looks like Austin and Robert Smith just trying to fight over the same piece of real estate, and it just does not work out. Craig was caught up in that. Let's go back and take another look here. Looks like Austin may have got into the wall a little bit. So he's hard on the gas. These cars do not want to grip up as soon as you get on the gas. Especially after almost 40 laps now. These guys have those worn out rear tires. They are not going to have a very fun time trying to get these cars up to speed. So that will shake up things a little bit here. Top 3 still remaining the same with Ryan, Richie, and Andrew. But look who's worked his way up there. Mr. Ryan Paget sitting in P number 4 after his great save earlier, after I believe it was contact with Mr. John O'Brien. Ryan's had kind of a rough night fighting with these guys, and I believe he's spun around twice. He's been bounced around like a ping pong ball. But coming up here, sitting in P4, definitely not a bad night if he's able to stay up here for the rest of this race. We will be close to a green-white checkered finish here once they are able to go green. So we'll see how this does shake out with the laps left once these guys do start to get double file. And of course, guys, if you are here to watch the action, make sure your favorite driver knows you are watching. Right here on the broadcast, they will be able to go back and listen to the replay. Comment the name of your favorite driver and let them know you're sitting there cheering. We are down to 3 to go. Looks like John O'Brien will be dropping to the back as we start to double it up. Will be a green-white checkered finish unofficially. As by the time we get around, it will be 2 to go. It is going to come down to the restart. Who can put the power to the pavement and get on that loud pedal and make sure they get up to speed first will most likely come away with this win tonight. Stick around after this race, guys. We will be live with the non-wing 360s at Knoxville as these guys continue to put on a great show for us here on Warlord Gaming. Pace car is off. Ryan hits the loud pedal. We are green. Richie gets a great jump on him. Going into 1. He will be side by side, followed by Andrew Thornton and Ryan Paget. Richie staying up there on the high side. Can he make it work? Keep that momentum up. We will be getting the white flag this time around. Last lap. Andrew trying to shove it in there 3 wide. Ryan trying to follow him. Oh, little tap from Ryan. Oh, no. That sends Andrew up into Richie Joplin. Richie, unfortunately, cannot save it. That will let Ryan get the win, followed by Ryan Paget and Samuel Reed in third, dropping both Andrew and Richie back down into 7th and 8th position. Unfortunate day for both Andrew Thornton and Richie Joplin. What a finish. Guys battling it out. Just really hard racing as someone goes into the barrels there. Putting on their best impression of Mr. Kyle Larson. It's like our top 3 are situated out on the front stretch. So with that, let's go ahead and pull up our number 3 finisher, Mr. Samuel Reed.
Yes, sir.
Well, I don't want to say you were gifted that 3rd place, but man, you guys were definitely fighting it out, and it was really hard racing on that last lap. What was your perspective from it?
Well, I know the top 4 guys were faster than me. A couple laps ago, I let Austin and, who was the other guy? I think it was Robert by, and I was like, I'm not going to fight. Something's going to happen eventually. We're going to get all, we're going to get all antsy and try to pass each other at the last second, and I knew something bad was going to happen, so I just kept it calm and collective. Got the job done.
Well, sir, you did get the job done. You waited for the calamity to happen, and you ended up on the podium. Great job tonight, Samuel.
Thank you, Eddie.
Now we have our 2nd place finisher, Mr. Ryan Paget. All I gotta say was there words exchanged in the Discord there after that final lap?
No, everybody's calm and collective right now.
A key word right now.
Right now, yeah.
Well, doesn't matter how you do it at the end of the day. All that matters is what the stat sheet says. And you were able to save it more than once tonight, man. You had a crazy night, 2 spins, 1 great save, and then launching it off of Andrew Thornton's bumper on the final lap. I mean, what do you have to say for it, man?
I don't even know. It was just some close fun racing. I had a good time.
It's great to hear you sitting here and being in good spirits about it. We'll definitely have to talk with Andrew when the non-wings come up and see if maybe there's a little bit of payback there. But anybody if you helped anybody, you helped Craig Silvey tonight, Ryan.
The dude was a lap down. I wasn't worried about him.
Well, you helped him with the championship points.
Oh, really?
Well, there was about a 32-point gap between Craig and Andrew, and you knocking Andrew back into the P7. Definitely, Andrew wasn't able to extend that lead any, so make sure Craig says, thank you, sir, and we'll see you for the non-wings.
All right, thank you.
Okay. I believe we have, who is possibly our winner, is this Mr. Ryan Pendleton in the Discord now.
Hey, how you doing?
You know, it was a crazy, crazy race, but seeing you have a dominant win tonight, do you think anyone could have got around you there on that last lap?
Oh, for sure. I think I was just talking to those guys. I was hoping I didn't touch Either one of them. It was pretty tight. Had a kind of broke the wheels loose on the restart, and both those guys were fast all night. We were close to 3 wide going into one. That was exciting. It was a ton of fun, but I wish we could have saw what happened if everyone just stayed whole through there. But oh, definitely, I think they could have got around me. I think it would have been tight, so hopefully I could have held on to it, but it ended up working out for me.
Well, we were definitely hoping for a drag race finish tonight. Unfortunately, did not see that, but what we did see was a dominant win by you tonight, Ryan. Do you have anyone you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, definitely everyone over here at B-Main Bandits. I've been in the league for quite some time and just never seemed to make any races. I'm an admin over in another league and usually tied up with that. I love anything with sprint cars, so I appreciate these guys letting me hop in and come in when they're all racing for points, and I hardly, I'm just a guy out here that comes every so often. Hopefully I can start coming more. But and then yeah, Goat Locker Racing is that other league I talked about, so shout out to them. Big veteran nonprofit in iRacing. If anyone wants any good asphalt NASCAR style racing, go look them up. But also to you, anyone that does broadcasting, I know it's a lot of work and time, so appreciate it.
Well, I definitely appreciate that, and I know from firsthand experience, the Goat Locker guys are a great group. I did try to come out and race with them, but unfortunately the schedules just didn't work out. So if anybody out there is listening and wants a great group of guys, Goat Locker, B-Main, any of these leagues here on Warlord Gaming, they are always amazing. And go check them out, guys. Again, Ryan, great win tonight. Hopefully we'll see you in the future.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you.
All right, guys, that will do it for, I believe this is race number 7 now of the B-Main Bandits Triple Crown Series. We will be back with race number 8, which will be the 3rd non-wing race of the season at Knoxville. It's definitely shaping up to be an amazing time tonight. These guys put on one hell of a show in the asphalt sprints. What are they going to do when we get them back in their element on the dirt? You guys will all see it right here live on Warlord Gaming. If you miss it, head on over to YouTube, watch the replay. See you guys in a bit.